What brought me to Triune? Well, I had left the Greenville News after 27 years and gone to seminary. Before I had come here and just looking at it from the outside, this is the church I wanted. It's kind of like if you become a doctor and you want to be a trauma surgeon or an ER doctor because you want to be where the action is. I thought this looked like the kind of church that really lived out the gospel mission, lived out Jesus's commands to serve the poor. However, when I got here, what I found was a lot of the homelessness was driven by addiction.
Triune, when I first got here, I'm going to say was disorganised. I guess it'd be pretty close to anarchy. People did what they wanted to do, basically.
Actually, it was the month before I even started work here, and I came in one day, and a man came in with a 2x4 to continue a fight that had started somewhere outside the church.
For the first year or so, we raised an accountability bar, meaning that if you want to come into Triune, we'll be pleased to help you. But we do expect certain standards.
This is a volatile, violent population. Even though most of the people have a lot of respect for this as a church, and they would never bring that into a church, we're dealing also with transients who come in on the bus every Friday night, and so a lot of people don't know or don't care that this is a church, and so yes, you are going to have that casual violence played out. Homelessness is a very violent, volatile situation to be in. I was never really scared. I was enraged, I was confused, I was sad, I was depressed, I was a million things, but never really scared.
Grace I have been touched, by His word I have been healed. I've been delivered by His Spirit, I've been sealed, I've been saved.
Mom is very caring, very thoughtful. She's pretty determined, I guess, because everything she's ever done, she's put in at least 110%. So.
I've worked both sides of the pond, quite a few different jobs, many supervisors, managers, and if there is a genius level in preaching, she would be there.
Welcome to Triune Chapel. We are so glad that each and every one of you is here on this beautiful Lord's Day. If the last try at sobriety or a job or a relationship didn't work, all it means is it's one more building block to know what to look out for next time. Temporary failure becomes permanent failure only when it becomes a mindset. The main thing we decided to focus on was we looked out there and we said, okay, why are all these people coming to eat meals with us? I think at that time we had 5 or 6 hot meals a week. Addiction was just the elephant in the room. I've had somebody say to my face, I would rather do crack than live in a house. And I passed him, when I come to work, panhandling on one of our major arteries. You know, you could give him $100,000 a year and he's going to spend $100,000 on alcohol and crack. I didn't think I was going to last a year. I planned to get out. You know, I just didn't want to be called a quitter. And so I gave myself a year. And now it's been 7.5. One of our guys was here and we let him paint my office. He did a wonderful job. I said, make it look like we're in Beach Cabana. And a lot of the artwork you see in here came out of our art room, where we'll head to first. They said, Pastor, we want you to have this in your office. This is Red August on. The artist came to us pretty early on, about 5 years ago. Now this is open 3 days a week. Right now they're working on some birdhouses. We don't give lessons. We're real careful. It's because you might have people who are pretty violently mentally ill in here, and children. And then we use a piece beside the pulpit every Sunday. Our artwork today is done by Bernadine Murphy. It's the 21st century woman as well. Well, the art room worked out so well that we open the music room every Saturday and Sunday. My office is right below this, and I'll just hear all kind of music. If it sounds really good, I'll come up here and ask them if they would play during worship.
Bad thing is we still have to lock everything up or it walks out. This is the reading room at the library. So just on a Sunday afternoon, you'll find maybe, the librarian and about 4 homeless guys in here. And this is the computer room. People do resumes, apply online, and learn computer skills. Clemson's MBA program set this up for us. They went to the IKEA store and bought lights, and those chairs came from Clemson. At the end of the year, 2 of the grad students got married, and they asked all their guests to send checks to us.
When people come in here to receive services, they're pleasantly surprised that they can get help, and also with a smile. Should you ever come here on a Wednesday morning, we'll be giving out about 50 food boxes. There will be people coming in for clothes.
As you go through life, and when your church wants to open a clothes closet, tell them no. Of course, we've got probably the biggest one in Greenville. United Ministries came over about a year ago and took one look at this and said, that's it, and they closed theirs down. So you can see this goes on and on and on. And this isn't even where people shop. People shop downstairs. Every Wednesday, we see 50 families for groceries, and they can't be homeless because they get grocery boxes, so they have to have a place to cook it. But a lot of them have children, so that's why we open this. Diapers and baby food and car seats, you name it. A lot of this, there were big 5-inch gaps. All these windows were broken and boarded, so we've done a lot of work in here. And this is where people shop. And as you can tell, we're still trying to get out from our Christmas donations. But this will be all cleared away, and on Wednesday morning, we'll see those 50 families can shop, plus probably another 30 of our homeless guys will be here. We'll have volunteers to help pick out outfits. And this is the food pantry. This is where on Tuesday we get a van load from Vilo Warehouse. And it's stuff like this. They get the label coming off that they can't sell. And then we'll get gifts from churches or food drives or individuals, that kind of thing. This is what homeless people get, things that can be eaten directly without a stove.
Triumph does its best to live the gospel, which is not preaching necessarily, it's showing love for other people. And that's demonstrated here.
We have gotten so much support from this community. It absolutely floors us. Today I had a very well-respected eye doctor come in, and he's going to start doing screenings. It amazes me what people are willing to do here.
I was blinded by the devil, born already ruined. I was stone cold dead as I stepped out of the womb. By His grace I have been touched.